The topic of this video is using the vertical line test to determine if a relation defined by a graph is a function. Let's look at several examples. For each of the following graphs, determine if the relation is a function by applying the vertical line test. If it is not a function, provide two or more ordered pairs from the graph that have the same x value but different y values. All right, let's begin with our first graph. Okay, remember that the goal of the vertical line test is to attempt to find a vertical line that intersects the graph of the relation at more than one point. For example, if we drew this vertical line here, then we would not achieve our goal because we are only intersecting one blue point. Similarly, this vertical line only intersects one blue point. However, this vertical line intersects our graph at 2 points, and therefore we may conclude that this relation is not a function. Now, the instructions for this problem say, once you've identified that something is not a function, you must provide two or more ordered pairs from the graph that have the same x value but different y values. Well, those would be the 2 points that we intersected with our vertical line. This one and this one. Let's write the coordinates of each one. The top point has an x-coordinate of 1 and a y-coordinate of 2. The bottom point has an x-coordinate of 1 and a y-coordinate of 0. So we notice that they have the same x value, but different y values. One input is leading to two different outputs. And for that reason, it violates the definition of a function, and therefore this is not a function. Okay, let's move on to our next graph, which would be this graph right here. Our goal is to try to draw a vertical line that will intersect this graph at more than one point. All right, let's draw a vertical line. How about that vertical line? Well, that intersected at only one point. Let's try again. How about this one? Well, that also intersected at only one point. In fact, careful examination of this graph shows that no matter how many times you try, each vertical line you draw will intersect the graph at exactly one point. And for that reason, this relation is a function. All right, let's move on to our third graph. Once again, our goal is to attempt to draw a vertical line that will intersect the graph at more than one point. Well, let's try this vertical line, the one that's sitting on top of the y-axis. Notice that this intersects our graph at 3 points. 3 is more than 1. We've achieved our mission, and therefore we may conclude that this relation is not a function. What are the 3 points that are atop one another? What are the 3 points that have the same x value but different y values? Well, they would be this one, and this one. The top one has coordinates 0, 3. The middle one has coordinates 0, 1. And the bottom one has coordinates 0, -3. All the x's are the same, but the y's are different. All right, that brings us to our final relation. Is this a function? Can we draw a vertical line that intersects this graph at more than one point? Hopefully your eyes have naturally gravitated to this part of the graph where we would draw this vertical line because it appears that we're able to intersect at more than one point. However, notice that the point that we would be intersecting at the top part of this graph is an open dot. And for that reason, that is not an actual intersection. Therefore, we have only intersected once with that line, and therefore, this is a function. There is only one value of y assigned to the value of x equals 2.